So EdensZero is dead. Hiro Mashima is coming out with a new series called Dead Rock, which is supposedly a dark fantasy vastly different from anything else he's made. Now, I have been one to consistently fail at the allegations of liking Hiro Mashima, but this dude writes a lot, and you don't get to write that much if you're not good. Everything Hiro Mashima writes ends up having a samey sort of feeling, but it's a lot. These are all different series that this dude has written, and I've never read his Monster Hunter stuff. But like EdensZero, Fairy Tail, Rave Master feel very similar. And then Monster Soul? Yeah, Monster Soul feels like beta Fairy Tail. All the playground stuff, including the other Fairy Tail, but spelled differently, also ends up feeling that same way. So we have an article here. I'm not gonna make you watch me read it. I will do this in editing. But according to SK Anime, Hiro Mashima, the famous mangaka, has revealed the launch of Dead Rock, a new manga series. Mashima, the creator of popular anime manga as Fairy Tail and EdensZero, announced in January that he's going to be working on a series this year that should be completely different from the previous works he has done. Fans are thrilled and anxious at the release of this series. It's set to come out on July 6th. The manga is said to be a short serialization that proves to be a challenge for Mashima as an artist. So what do they show us? They show us this. They show us Haru after he's been to the beach. They show us Natsu with some hair dye. They show us my boy Shiki in his demon mode but with his normal hair. It's the same guy. And I will be the first person to say that I very much hated the narrative that EdensZero was the same as Fairy Tail because the character designs were the same. But this dude's done it 4 times now, if you consider like the long-running Hiro Mashima series to be canon. Like if we're gonna use like Pokemon terms, the main series Hiro Mashima has done this 4 times. The guy from Monster Soul also looks the exact same, and the guy from the Monster Hunter series also looks the exact same, but we'll consider those spin-offs. But Hiro Mashima's here with Dead Rock that I think sounds cool, and I'm excited for it. I think a lot of the stuff that Hiro Mashima does has the same pitfalls as his previous series, and he consistently trips into them. So I'm excited that he's trying something different, but we're off to a weird start, and I'm not going to flame him the way a lot of people would, that everything he does is the same and everything is just Fairy Tail. Unless you read Rave Master, then everything is just Rave Master. But I'm excited that he's pitching it as a series that is challenging him. So with Dead Rock coming out this year, that makes it very interesting for Hiro Mashima's lineup, because EdensZero is ending, so it's not entirely clickbait that EdensZero is dead. But EdensZero is ending at some point this year or early next year. Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest is still going on. Dead Rock is starting. And he still does like advisory work for all of the EdensZero branded things, like the anime and the video games, as well as random spin-offs, like he did Fairy Tail City Hero. I don't know if the spin-offs like Twin Dragons is still going. I had to read it. I was blanking. All of my Hiro Mashima stuff besides EdensZero is over this way. But I don't know if he's still doing things like the Fairy Tail S series or Ice Trials or anything like that. This dude works all day. It's crazy. I remember in one of the earlier volumes of EdensZero, in the afterwards, he talks about how he hated working digitally because he'd worked traditionally his entire career, and it felt like digital just slowed him down. But once he got caught up on it, digital frees up so much time that he only works 4 days a week. And I think he's fucking lying. I think he's blatantly lying to us. So that's it. This one image is all we get of Dead Rock for about another month. Had to come on day 1 of Safari Week when I'm super busy, but here we are. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think of... did they announce his name? I feel like they didn't, and it's in Mashima Heroes. There's a point where they're like, Natsu and Shiki are named after like spring and winter, so where are autumn and summer or something like that? Is he summer or is he autumn? Or he's neither, and Hiro Mashima is just a blatant liar again. I feel like all the comments are just gonna be like, oh my god, you like Fairy Tail, you're such a loser, nothing you ever say is right. So that's it, Hiro Mashima is hitting us with another series. He's gonna have 3 ongoing until EdensZero finishes out. What do you guys think of Dead Rock? What do you think of the new character's design? And what do you think of the idea of Mashima trying to push himself to do a dark fantasy that is very out of his comfort zone? Is it going to end up being space fantasy or sci-fi like EdensZero was, where it feels similar? Or is he actually going to go out and do something very different?